Good morning, students. Today we'll be discussing the first lesson in the third unit, that is the journey. You know the meaning of the journey? Journey means a travel from one place to another. Here, a physical travel as you go from one place to another, or it is also a symbolic of journey of life. It's a life journey. Here, in this particular lesson, both are there. Here, the narrator travels, he takes on a journey, and at the same time, he also talks about the journey that uh, he has taken in his life. I mean, his life journey and his father's life also he discusses a bit. Like, I mean, both have different perspectives of life. One, I mean, the son has a different point of view towards life, and here his father has a another different point of view. Like the son believes that education does not allow somebody to do hard work or labor, especially. Like here in this particular lesson, the writer has to carry some luggage from one place to another, from his house to the bus stop. He doesn't like to do it on his own, whereas his father does it. His father comes forward uh, to do that labor. Like he wants to carry the luggage of his son from his house to the bus stop. Whereas here, we'll understand that his father believes in physical labor. He believes that his father believes that it is an honor to do physical labor, whereas his son, this narrator, the son is the narrator here. Narrator means one who tells the story. Here, who is telling the story? The son, the young man. So he believes that hard labor, physical labor, is not something that an educated person should do. Uh, and moreover, if at all you do some physical labor, the people around you will laugh at you. Here, if at all he carries the luggage from his house to the bus stop, the whole world will laugh at him, he says. But it is not true. మన పని మనం చేసుకుంటే ఎవరైనా నవ్వుతారా? You know that, right? Nobody will bother about it, or nobody will laugh at you. In fact, nobody will what shall I say, care about it, isn't it? Because the rest of the world will be busy with its own uh, work and all. So they do not have time to look at what you are doing or what you are not doing. If at all they look at you, they really treat you well. They really appreciate you if at all you are doing your own work. If the narrator carries his own luggage, it will be honor for him, isn't it? But he doesn't do it. He allows his father to do it on his behalf. So this is something silly and ridiculous. Still, he allows his father to do that labor. Okay, now see here, this is how the lesson begins. After spending a leisurely Sunday at home, the very thought of returning to work on Monday is tiring. So he had a labor, I mean, sorry, he had rest for quite some period of time. Then he had to go to work. Really, if you have a Sunday and you have rest, and if you have to go to work on Monday, it will be something, tiring for you, or you may not like to go to work on Monday, isn't it? Once you start doing the work, of course, you may be uh, going. I mean, you may be doing it. Uh, but here, the writer, I mean, the narrator, not the writer, the narrator, uh, doesn't like to go to work. వెళ్ళడం ఇష్టం ఉండదు అతనికి పనికి. ఎందుకంటే హీ హ్యాడ్ ఎ లాంగ్ హాలిడే holiday for 6 months because he got married, and moreover he did not like to leave his newlywed wife at home and go to work. But he had to do it because he did not like to uh, take unpaid leave. First he wanted to go for that. Still he decided against it, and he wanted to go to work. Anyway, he wanted to start. But his problem was that who had to carry his luggage? He had one trunk. When he came to his house, he didn't have this problem because he had a porter at the bus stop, and he carried the luggage all the way from the bus stop to his house. But now he had this problem. Who will carry his luggage? So nobody will be there to help him out. So, now his father comes forward to uh, do that work. All right. So his father comes, and his father says, "Yeah, I will be doing it." He says, and he will carry, and he will start, of course, a bit early from the house. It is given in the last paragraph of the first page of the lesson that he starts a bit early. His father starts uh, the journey. I mean, he has to walk, of course, from his village to Dirang. Dirang is one particular place where the bus will, uh, start. Bus will be there. There will be a bus, of course, at Dirang. But now he has to walk all the way from his village to Dirang. So his father carries the luggage from this particular house to Dirang, and whereas his son, the narrator, the young man, will start a bit late because his friends and relatives come and talk to him, and then he starts at 10:20. His father started, and then later the son started. So he had to walk a bit faster in order to catch up with his father. And when he reached his father on the way, his father noticed that he was tired. His son was tired, and asked him to take rest. Then both of them sat at one place. His father was carrying the luggage. Na? You can see in the picture that his father was carrying this particular trunk. His father was carrying his trunk, and whereas this is the son, he will be carrying this can of wine. Who will carry? This son. ఇతను మోసుకొస్తాడనమాట. బోత్ ఆఫ్ దెమ్ విల్ సిట్ హియర్, ఇక్కడ కూర్చుంటారు, అండ్ ద సన్ విల్ ఆఫర్ హిమ్ this wine, and his father had some wine as he was thirsty. THIRSTY. Thirsty means దాహంగా ఉంటాడు వాళ్ళ ఫాదర్ అనేసి వైన్ పోస్తాడు. దెన్ హీ హ్యాడ్ సమ్ వైన్. దెన్ ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్, see, in the mind, in the narrator's mind, these thoughts were running through that he should not have allowed his father to carry the luggage on his behalf, but he did it. Why? Because he had only one he had a reason to defend himself. but it is a silly reason, of course. What he thought was education does not allow somebody to do physical labor. ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అనేది నువ్వు ఫిజికల్ లేబర్ చేయకుండా ఆపుతుంది, అంటే నువ్వు పని చేయొద్దు అని చెప్తుంది ఎడ్యుకేషన్ అనేసి తన అపోహ, రాంగ్ నోషన్ హీ హ్యాడ్. రియల్లీ నో ఎడ్యుకేషన్ విల్ టీచ్ యూ that you should not do physical labor. In fact, education will teach you that you should help yourself, isn't it? You should do your work on your own. Don't depend on others. Do it yourself. This is what education teaches everybody. But he understands uh, whatever he has studied in his books in a wrong way. He misunderstands, and education did not allow him to do this physical labor, he thought. And moreover, he had another reason to defend himself. ఇంకా తను చేసింది కరెక్టే అని అనుకోవడానికి ఇంకొక కారణం కూడా చెప్పుకుంటూ ఉంటాడు తను. హిస్ ఫాదర్ ఈజ్ యూస్ టు డూయింగ్ దిస్ ఫిజికల్ లేబర్, నాట్ హీ ఈజ్ నాట్ యూస్ టు దాట్. తనకు ఫిజికల్ లేబర్ అంటే ఈ పెట్టెలు మోయడం అనేది తనకు అలవాటు లేని పని, ఫాదర్కి అలవాటు ఉంది అనేసి చెప్తూ ఉంటాడు. బట్ అలవాటు ఉండడం ఉండకపోవడం అనేది పెద్ద విషయం కాదు అసలు. ఇట్స్ సిలీ రీజన్ రియల్లీ. వాట్ హీ షోస్ ఆర్ సిలీ రీజన్స్ రియల్లీ. వన్ ఈజ్ దట్ హిస్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ డస్ నాట్ అలౌ హిమ్ టు డూ ఫిజికల్ లేబర్, అండ్ ది అదర్ రీజన్ ఈజ్ దట్ హిస్ ఫాదర్ ఈజ్ యూస్ టు డూయింగ్ దిస్ ఫిజికల్ లేబర్. Anyway, so this is how the young man thinks, and these are the thoughts that are running through his mind, in his mind. And one more thing he says. It is given in the 17th page,